Okay, we're recording. So I apologize if you can hear my son screaming. He does not want to go to bed, but it is October 7th, and we are going to do our Diamond University, which I'm super excited to do this because I've never actually hosted this call before. I was taking like mad notes before I got on. And I think it's just a good reminder to always do things that get you out of your comfort zone. And this included for me is getting out of my comfort zone. But I do I'm excited to talk about this because whether you're on this call right now or whether you're watching the recording, I don't want you to see the word diamond ever in Beachbody and think it's this incredible, like hard to get goal that you're never going to get to. Because yes, it's awesome, and yes, it is shows you're moving your business forward. But the steps to get there are not that hard, and as long as you're doing your vitals, it is just going to be a stepping stone in your business. So while it is very big and shiny, it is not the end all be all when it comes to Beachbody. It is simply an incredible goal, and you're going to get shouted out a ton, and you should be very proud of getting to Diamond. However, it's only going to help you move your business forward because once you get to Diamond, you're going to be gunning for the next big thing for your business. So what is a Diamond Coach? For those of you who are watching this and are new coaches, I want to kind of break it down for you and just show you what this roadmap is. This is a great thing to print out. We have tons of copies, or you can probably find them in different groups that you're a part of. And it's a great thing to print out and actually write down what your roadmap looks like, because if you don't know how many coaches away from getting to Diamond you are, it's really hard to know what you need to be doing in your business. So simply, all it is you, when you're a Diamond coach, it means you have 4 active personally sponsored coaches on your left leg and 4 active personally sponsored coaches on your right leg. And then out of those 4, one of those coaches is an emerald, meaning they have an active coach on their left and right leg on both sides. And so one thing to keep in mind, this has to be coaches that you've personally sponsored. So if you have a coach who sponsored someone, that doesn't count towards your Diamond. You all obviously are going to get volume from those coaches, but to get to Diamond, these have to be your coaches. And it also doesn't matter if these are all discount coaches with the exception of one. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But just know that when you are Diamond, you just have to basically, like when you're Emerald, if you're not familiar with what Emerald is, Emerald means you're an active coach and you have one coach on your right leg and one coach on your left leg, and then you're an Emerald. So this is the next step of that, and that's Diamond. And so, and then the other thing just to note too, you can see on the screen, is right now as a coach, most of us are likely getting 90 personal volume points in our own personal account every month through the Order of Shakeology or Performance line. But to remain an active Diamond, you have to have 100 PVs. So just if you're getting your Shakeology, it would just be 10 more personal volume points, however you want to add it. So for me, for example, I do Shakeology. I'm getting collagen in my account, and then my Hydrate, my Recover, my Energize all comes from my husband's account. So I can get volume on his side, and then it also rolls up to me. But this is what it looks like. And the neat thing about this is, and I will clarify, to be active, it means that you have these coaches who are under you are getting at least 50 personal volume points every 5 weeks, so basically every month. Because what you'll find is you'll have a lot of coaches who may go inactive, or they'll skip their products for a month, and they wouldn't, if they go inactive, then you're not going to have that, you would lose a coach there as far as like counting towards your Diamond. And so we'll get to the importance of adding buffers in a little bit, but just know active means they have 50 personal volume points every month. And that's all it takes to count towards your Diamond. And another thing to note too is to get to this, and I just want to talk about this on this screen, you could have every single coach that gets you to Diamond be a discount coach, with the exception of one. So what I mean is you could have 4 discount coaches over here. Let's just say for the example of me, I'm going to have 4 discount coaches, and my husband Eric's right here. And on this side, I'm going to have 4 more coaches, and 3 of those are going to be discount coaches. One's going to be, I'm going to say Jennifer, because she's on this call and she's my coach. Jennifer's right here, and she's a working coach. So my husband, I then added 2 of my discount coaches under his account. I told them, I said, you know, I'm moving my business. I have some big goals for my business. I'm going to put you under my husband. It's still me. It's going to say Eric's your coach. It's still me. I've never had any problem with that. I've put several coaches under my husband's account. When you get to that conversation, if you have to have it, ask your coach. They can help you, walk you through what to say. But basically, every coach I have on this leg is a discount coach, including my husband. And then I put 2 more coaches on his side. And then on my right side, I have my 3 other discount coaches right here. And then I've got Jennifer up here. And so in order for me to get to Diamond, I'm really going to help Jennifer first get to Emerald. And then eventually I'll help her get to Diamond. But that's why when you break it down that way and you realize Diamond is really just one working coach, it's a pretty cool way to look at it. And all of you guys that are on, let me know if you have any questions. Just unmute yourself because, or put them in the chat, because we do have a hard stop at 8:30. Okay, so that's what Diamond looks like, but why hit it? So, and I have some notes I took too, but you know, first things first, Diamond obviously shows you have credibility, you're moving your business forward, and clearly the only way you're doing that is because you're doing your vitals, you're doing your daily vitals, you're showing up, you're being a product of the product. And you know, I think Brooke said this in her last call when she did this training, you know, you're not viewing this as just like a checklist. And I think that's so true, because when we take this, you know, when we take our job seriously, like any job as a coach, like that shows to people. And I think that, you know, it's really important to, you know, let the, like your feelings and how much you're putting into something, like let your everything lead with that, because that's going to really show your credibility. And then before you know it, you're going to hit Diamond and you're just going to continue to rank up. So it's just an incredible, and it feels really good to hit Diamond. But with all that hard work to, you know, get all of these coaches, which it's not really that many, but, you know, initially looking at that, you may right now only have 1 coach. And so you're just, the idea of getting to more coaches may be really hard for you to think through, but we'll have a game plan here at the end of this call. But all of Beachbody really takes care of their coaches because they know you're putting in a lot of sweat equity in this business. And so you are going to make more money when you hit Diamond. So it's the next step in your business. It's a stepping stone. And it also allows you to earn more. So for those of you who are familiar with being Emerald, one of the most important reasons to hit Emerald is it opens up a new earning potential. So right now you are only earning, if you're not an Emerald yet, you can only earn through commission. But once you hit Emerald, you have the ability to start accumulating volume, and then that means you can start cycling. And as an Emerald coach, you can only cycle, you can only make $14 a cycle, which is still incredible. But as a Diamond, you're able to cycle at $18 a cycle. So it's $4 more, which may not seem like a lot, but when you're cycling 50, 100, we have coaches in our upline in our immediate upline who cycle hundreds of times. That's a big difference, and that's a lot of additional money from just going from Emerald to Diamond. And so you open up the ability to earn more at your cycle. You also are going to have the ability to earn matching bonuses. So all of your personally sponsored coaches who are cycling, you'll earn a percentage of what they're cycling as well, which may only be a little bit in the beginning, but still that's going to add up. And then it shows that you're building a team. And I think something that I learned early on, luckily someone told me, is that, you know, most of my business right now is solely discount coaches. I have some coaches who are working the business, but the majority of my coaches are discount coaches. But you know what? That doesn't matter, because when we as coaches, whether someone's a discount coach or a coach who's working the business or a coach who's like ready to run, they still have, like, you're still they still look up to you, and you are leading those people. So it shows that you're being a leader, whether you're leading coaches who are ready to like run with you in the business, or whether you're leading coaches who need a life transformation, you're still a leader. So I don't want you to ever think just because you have 25 discount coaches that you're not moving your business forward. You are. And you know, the more you like keep showing up, the likelihood of those discount coaches becoming working coaches is extremely high. So don't ever discount your discount coaches, but that's kind of off topic. But just know that like you're showing up, you're building this team, whether it's discount or runners. And then you also have these team perks. So as a diamond, you will get invited to exclusive trainings. You'll be a part of several exclusive groups that help with resources and trainings to help you train your teams. And then additionally, you will likely be asked to start doing trainings as well. So it gets you kind of comfortable with being uncomfortable. You start to really like, hone in on your leadership skills. And, for me to think I would be hosting a diamond call, like I would have never thought I would do that. And it's like, once you hit this stepping stone, all these things, like you really start to realize like, this is just part of your journey and you're excited to share about this and you just want people to replicate, to duplicate this. And then one other thing to note too, why it's so important to hit Diamond Coach is with cycling as well. As an Emerald, you max out if you cycle however many times $14 takes to get to $250. You cycle out, that's the most you can make from a residual side from the cycle. But as a diamond, you can make, I believe, up to $1,000 per period. So that's, again, as you start to build out a team, that's a really big difference. And then, okay, any questions, just drop them in the chat or unmute yourself. So what should be your game plan to get to diamond? And if you're just joining us, we are recording this, and this is kind of like the roadmap we've shown everyone. So simply, it's just getting 4 coaches on either leg. And again, as we discussed, it could be 4 discount coaches on one side, including your Control Business Center. And it could be 3 discount coaches on the other, and then 1 coach who's ready to start working their business. And you're going to help that one working coach hit Emerald and hit Success Club. And then, of course, if you do it that way, you would then be getting, like for me, I would be getting my husband, Eric, to Emerald. And to get him to Emerald, what I did is I actually added several of my coaches who were just simply wanted to be discount coaches at the time. They may change their mind in the future. I added them to his account, and he became Emerald that way. So again, my building up to Emerald was a lot of discount coaches. And this is where I did want to mention more about buffers, because while it is only 8 coaches to get you to Emerald, with 2 of those coaches having coaches underneath them, you will see that some people skip their Shakeology, or they choose to not order enough to remain active. They only order Energize, and Energize is not 50 PV. So it's important to know that once you hit Diamond, you want to make sure you have some additional personally sponsored coaches on either leg in order for you to keep active as a Diamond. And what you really want to do is you want to get to Diamond and you want to hold it. You want to use it as a stepping stone that it is, get your buffers, and then you want to focus on what's next. And, again, I want to stop here because some of you may say, okay, I'm barely an Emerald. I'm not an Emerald. I just want to get to Diamond, and that's fine. But I want to use this call, too, to just kind of break down what comes after Diamond, because I think sometimes it's really important to have the bigger picture so you know what you're going after and can really, truly resonate with the fact that Diamond is just a stepping stone. So once and I want to make sure, let me go back to, once to get to Diamond 2, you really want to, I go back to like talking about our vitals. I think you can't get to Diamond and not be a product of the product, be someone who's, not doing all the things that we all know we should be doing, because the passion that I have giving this call, or the passion you have talking about how these products changed your life, should be something that you're sharing, daily. We all know this is basics, but that's going to, help you get to diamond. So doing what you're doing, but, printing out and knowing like what it's going to take to get to diamond will help you. But just keep leading with that passion, and I promise you, you're going to get there. You're going to find that discount coach out of 30 who wants to run or wants to start, following your lead. So just continue to lead with that passion, and you're going to get there. So then what comes after diamond? This is where it gets super exciting, because this is where you get to start developing leaders of your own. And I think it's something we always, I think Brooke had actually said this before, maybe on this call when I watched the recording, but you want to portray the coach that you would love to find. Like, you want to be the most awesome coach that you would love to find of yourself. So that's why we always talk about doing these vitals, because like, you're not going to find this rock star coach if you're not doing all the things. So you always want to lead from the front, and show your leaders like what it takes to be successful in this business. So once you have, so just as an example, this is me, and this is my, right here is my right leg and left leg, and I have one diamond over here who started out as an emerald, and then added her 4 coaches on either leg, and got to 2 of those coaches having coaches of their own, and same on this side. So in this picture, that would actually be what's called a 2-star diamond. And so once you hit diamond, the next stage is 1-star diamond, meaning you have 1 diamond on one leg, and then it's 2-star diamond on, and it goes on up. I mean, we have up to 15-star diamond, which is just amazing that people hit that. But just know that this is just a picture of what a 2-star is, as kind of as a visual for those of you who are visual. And this is where it gets really exciting, because when you hit 2-star, you have the ability, Beachbody allows you to open up a second business center. So when I hit 2-star, which I'm going to hit it soon, I'm going to be able to open up another Kelsey Connor. So how cool is that? Like, what other business can you open up an exact duplicate of yourself, and it counts? Like, you put it under, you would likely put it on your control business center's weak leg, which we won't go into the detail of that yet. But then you would, right now with my husband's account as my control business center, I doubled it, meaning I earn in my account and he earns his account. Once you hit 2-star, you have the ability to triple dip. So I would earn in my Kelsey Connor 1, I would earn in my Kelsey Connor 2, and then my husband would earn in his account. So this is how so many people have the ability, sorry about that, to really do incredible financially when it comes to Beachbody, because of the way the compensation structure is formatted. And if you're not familiar with it, I encourage you to check out FAQs, do your own research, but this is where the earning potential really ramps up when you hit 2-star. So obviously there's the more money. And then a huge goal I know for some of us on this call and on this team is the New Leader Conference. And New Leader Conference is an incredible honor to go to. It's when you hit 1-star, you're active, or you've held it for 6, I think you have to hold it for 6 weeks. And you are a 1-star diamond, and you get to go to an event, I think it's in LA. You are around other leaders within the conference or within the company. You have the ability to take in new trainings to then come back and help train your teams. So there's a lot of like perks that could go on and on, that could be probably 5 more presentations about what comes next. But this is just a roadmap to show you like what you're actually shooting for. So I think I just want to make sure I got all my notes. So just know, I think the purpose of this slide is to know diamond isn't the end all be all. It's just the stepping stone. But this is like where go from there. Okay, so we got 10 minutes before our next call. So where do we go from here? And if you have questions, please unmute yourself or drop them in the chat. I haven't looked to see if we have any. So if you don't know where you are, go to your coach office, check out your genealogy, check out your personally sponsored coaches, and take into account who's active, who's not. And I would actually encourage you to print this out. We can probably find one and send it. I know we have some. And print this out and fill it out, because you're never going to hit a diamond goal date if you don't know what you're working towards. So first things first, know where you are. And if you know where you are, I'd love to hear, I'd love to hear it in the chat. Like how many coaches away are you from Diamond? Where are you right now? And then what I want you to do is I want you to set that goal. And I mean, for those of you who've been on these calls before, this is not going to come as a surprise, but you need to 10x that goal. So if you know you need 2 more coaches or 4 more coaches, how many invites is that going to mean? That might mean right now you're doing 25 a day and you really need to do 50 a day. So whatever that's actually not 10x again, but I'm not my math person, my husband is, but you know what I mean? Like you need to find what that goal is, and then you need to get like serious about being more. And if like, you know, you're going to have a day where you're not gonna be able to do anything, then the next day you should do more, because you're not going to hit like the goals you have for this business if you just view it as checking off boxes. And I kind of talked about this at the beginning of the call. But, you know, this is why I have a love-hate with the business activity tracker, because at the end of the day, it is like a checklist. And I love on our phones now, I keep it on my desk, and I like it to know what I should be doing if I have a 10-minute block. However, if you simply view it as something that you're just checking off boxes, just tough loving it, you're not going to get to your goal, because you have to actually, you know, do this journey and do this job with like passion, and, you know, actually find joy in the journey and in the hustle, because once you get to Diamond, that's not it. Because I know all of you all who are on this call, you're going to get to Diamond and then you're going to want to know what's next. So learn to love the business activity tracker tactics, and, you know, fall in love with this hustle. And then, you know, understand that you like remember what your why is too. It comes down to like, what are you really working for? Like, I don't want to invite, you know, I spent hours today doing some serious inviting because I had been slacking on that, and I didn't really want to do that. But you know what? The freedom of never having to go back to an office and being home around my kids is way more enticing to me. And so I just have to remember that front and center, whether it's on my phone or a picture of my kids that's on my desk, to stay focused. You know, so tell me, like, even in this chat now, I'd love to hear like, what are you working towards? What is your freedom? And then just remember that, you know, a Diamond is just the stepping stone to get there. And Brooke had a couple stats when she did this call. But, you know, if you only have a coach or 2 or have no coaches, you know, give yourself 6 weeks to get to Diamond. Okay, that might seem a little intense or a little scary or a little crazy, and maybe it is. But if you don't set these like goals that have like an urgent end date, then you're never really going to do the action to get there. You know, I was talking to Christina the other day. Like, she wasn't where she wanted to be at the end of the month, so she like invited like crazy. Homegirl's already at Success Club 10 this month because she did all this stuff and she never took her foot off the pedal. So like, if you do those things but you still don't hit your goal, at least you're going to be so much closer. So remember that, you know, set your Diamond goal date as something like really crazy, and then go after it and print it off. You know, just print it off, write down what you need to do, and start finding those discount coaches, or find that one working coach or 2 working coaches, or, you know, the coaches to get your Control Business Center to Emerald, which would make one leg, you know, good. You'd be good there. So you would just need this other leg to have 2 coaches. And then, yeah, and just if you don't hit your goal, then you're going to still be so much closer. And we like to say, set the goals that scare you. And if you already have several coaches, get to Diamond in 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. Get to Diamond this time next month. We can all do it. It's just, are we willing to take the action to do it? So, oh yes, the Diamond Roadmap is in the Team Liberate files. So it's there. We'll actually, when we post this recording, we'll put it underneath there, or put it underneath in the comments. But that is all. You know, hopefully that was helpful. We recorded this, so for those of you who got on late, But the idea is just to really break down what Diamond is and to make you realize that it's not something scary. It's just a stepping stone in your business. Okay, I'm going to stop. Actually, any questions before I stop this recording and start it over again? All right. There we go. I'm going to end this one and then I'm going to restart it once we have our new speaker on.